The Philadelphia Eagles are in a situation where they need help at the wide receiver position. There's no question about it. They could deny it, they could say whatever they want, but they need help. They need a more explosive player. They need a true number one. Now, there are a number of places where they can go to get a guy who has that type of ability. One place is they can work out a trade with Cincinnati and go after Chad Johnson. Now, Chad Johnson is much like the guy that was here previously, Terrell Owens, in certain ways. He demands the ball. He wants the football. He's very productive. He's the kind of guy that can be double teamed, but he's still going to be productive, and that's a true number one. A number one could have them do all kind of double teams, but he's still going to get his yards. Now, this guy had 1,400 yards receiving this year and didn't even make the Pro Bowl. This was not one of his better years. 1,400 yards. He's a tremendous player. What he would do is he would put the Eagles in a situation where they would try to double team Chad Johnson and still have to worry about Brian Westbrook. Kevin Curtis would be single covered all the time. Same thing with Reggie Brown. Whatever they do at the tight end position is going to be, the guy's going to be one-on-one. And Donovan McNabb would be in a position where he knows he's going to have somebody open anytime he drops back to pass. And he knows they're going to be open early. And then you've got, Westbrook running, coming out of the backfield. It would be serious headaches for any team. Now, they might get the same thing out of a guy by the name of Roy Williams, but they'd have to work out a trade with the Detroit Lions. But word is that he's up, he's on the block. He can be had. So they could go after him. Roy Williams is a big receiver. He's very athletic, a guy who is very tough, going to break a lot of tackles, much like Owens. And so you've got a guy in Roy Williams that could be that number one. Or the Eagles could decide to bring back a guy who was here before, and that's Donte Stallworth. Now, Donte, chances are Donte will be available after the season, because I don't see how the Patriots can sign Randy Moss. They're going to have to give him huge money. They'll have to re-sign him. Of course, they've got Wes Welker, Jabbar Gaffney, who had a good year. They might decide to hang on to him because I'm sure Stallworth wants big money. He knows that he hasn't been able to flourish really in the offense, even though he's been, productive. He hasn't been able to see the ball a lot, and in fact, Jabbar Gaffney has been on the field quite a bit because Gaffney is a better short route runner. But Stallworth is explosive. He's got the speed, and what you would get out of Chad Johnson, Roy Williams, or Donte Stallworth is teams will not be able to play man-to-man against the Eagles like they did this past year. No longer will they be able to come up in the bump and run with man-to-man. They won't want to do that against those three receivers, and so it's going to free things up. I could see Kevin Curtis working in the slot. He's much like Wes Welker in that he's a diminutive guy with tremendous quickness and speed, especially quickness. Now, working out of the slot position, really quickness is more important than speed, because you've got to get open in small areas, and you're working against linebackers, and it's just a matter of utilizing your quickness. And I think that Kevin Curtis would be very adept at doing that. And so I think that's where he belongs. But that would solve a lot of problems in the offense if they were to make a move and decide to bring one of those guys on. Now, they're getting rid of the salary of Javon Curse. They may be getting rid of Darren Howard, who doesn't make nearly as much, but the salary cap is going up. There's money there. The Eagles should make this move. They should go out and they should get the services of a true number one wide receiver to go in their offense. And as I said, there are a number of ways they can do it. I don't want to see them go into the draft because the way the Eagles are, they'll sit a rookie down and he'll never play. I want to see them get a guy who can come in and play immediately. And, Stallworth knows the offense. Chad Johnson is the best receiver and most accomplished receiver of the three. But Roy Williams is big and physical, and he's very productive too. But they've got to get a true number one in here to play in the Eagles' offense. And they've got to do something at tight end, but we'll address that at some other time.